Good evening. We're learning the daily Tanya Igeres Hakodesh Epistle 9. We ended off yesterday with we ended Epistle 8. Actually, we started Epistle 9 yesterday, and the summary of yesterday's Tanya was a wake-up call. All our engagement in worldly or business affairs ought to be not for selfish personal gain, but in order to channel the oneness of God on earth. Hence, in these times, tzedakah is paramount. And the takeaway from today's Tanya was a reminder from the author, from the Alter Rebbe. Your material life should not be separated from your spiritual devotion, and they should all be connected. In words of Shema, it is all echad, it is all one, the oneness of God. So in today's lesson, for Thursday, Rosh Chodesh Elul, 30th Menachem Av, today's lesson in these times, the advent of Mashiach, time right before Mashiach, which is our time, tzedakah is of prime importance and plays a vital role in manifesting the redemption. Therefore, my beloved ones, my brethren, direct your hearts to these words, which are expressed very briefly. Said Alter Rebbe says, and face to face, please God, I will speak of them at length. How in these times, when the approaching footsteps of Mashiach are close upon us, the principal service of God is the service of charity. Today, the main avodah, the main labor is the labor of charity, the service of charity. As our sages of blessed memory said, Israel will be redeemed only through charity. Our sages of blessed memory did not say that the study of the Torah is equivalent to the performance of acts of loving kindness. The Mishnah states in Peah, the study of Torah is equivalent to them all. To all the mitzvahs previously enumerated in the Mishnah, and this includes Gemilus Chasodim, the performance of acts of loving kindness. Ela b'yameim, except in their own days, shetalmud Torah ikar avodah etzlom. For with them, the principal area of divine service was the study of the Torah. Which is why at that time there were great scholars, Tanoim, Amiroim. But however, in the time when the approaching footsteps of Mashiach are close upon us, Shenofla Sukkos David, the Sukkah of David has fallen, Ad bechinas raglayim v'akivayim shehi bechinas asiyah, to a level of feet and heels, i.e. to the level of asiyah, level of action. The Sephira called Malchus of Atzilus, the Shechina that vests itself in the lower worlds of Beria, creation, Yetzirah, formation, asiyah, action, also known as Sukkah of David. For David, as the king of Israel, was Merkava, was the chariot to Malchus of Atzilus, and that level has fallen to the lowest level of Asiyah, the lowest levels. So there's no way of truly cleaving onto it, to the Shechina, and transforming the darkness of the world into its light, except through a corresponding category of action and not through intellect and speech alone, as in Torah study. Shemaitza tzedakah, namely the act of charity. But why is charity unique among all the many commandments that involve action? What's so special about charity? It's known to the scholarly action with reference to divinity is the diffusion and downward flow of vitality to the lowest depth, to he who has nothing of his own. among the currents of divine influence, that descend, that among the currents of divine influence that descend into the various worlds, there are those that are called thought and speech, the flow of vitality to the very lowest level, to the world of Asiya, where godliness is not at all manifest, is called action. The act of giving tzedakah truly correspond to the spiritual level of Asiya, inasmuch as the spiritual level of action, inasmuch as it too provides beneficence to one who has nothing of his own. Whoever sacrifices his impulse in this respect, i.e., with respect to charity, he opens his heart, he opens his hand, he opens his heart, thereby causes the other evil side of the universe to be subjugated. And he converts the darkness into the light of God, blessed be He, who in the time when the footsteps of Mashiach are close upon us, dwells over us in a state of action. Moreover, he will merit to behold eye to eye God returning to Zion. So the summary of today's essay: at that time the physical eye, though yet retaining its physicality, will remain physical eye, will behold godliness as it is beheld by the spiritual eye. Within the physicality of the world of Asiya, there will be revealed the level of certainty in spiritual perception, which is called vision, a level that far surpasses the furthest attainments of the intellect. The famous saying of the blind lady, I forgot her name, she said that worse than being a blind is being able to see without a vision. So in the time of Mashiach, it seems like we're going to see with our physical eyes. Our physical eyes will remain physical, but we'll have the certainty of spirituality. We will have a level of certainty in spiritual perception, which is called vision, a level that far surpasses the furthest attainments of the intellect. So the takeaway from today's Tanya, the most primary divine service just before the arrival of Mashiach is charity. Bocher to you.